Is he getting strong right before our eyes? PVD Horror.
Ho ho.
So I'll start us off, Josh. You can go next, and then Brandon. You all right, Josh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You still with us?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm like falling asleep over here.
All right, ready? Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dave.
This is Joshua.
And this is Brandon. And you're now tuned in to PVD Horror.
Hi, this is Brad Greenquist from the original Pet Cemetery, and you are listening to PVD Horror.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
Ho, ho, ho.
Nice little holiday fucking special.
I tried to be as upbeat as possible, and then Josh's like, hey, this is Joshua.
Dude, I got the vid, all right?
Fucking guy.
That's going in the episode.
I got the fucking vid. All right, so let's start this fucking holiday season off right. Well, we've been in the holiday season for a while now, but this is our holiday PVD horror special. And today we're going to get into some horror news. It's not really some stocking stuffers that I really fucking want this year. So I'm going to try to give these films to Josh. So Jonah had texted me the other day and he had to let me know because he knows that I'm a big fan of the Wrong Turn franchise, you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So he sent me the poster art for the new reboot, and I'm just looking at the artwork, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? This look really cheesy. Have you guys seen it?
I didn't see the poster. I saw the trailer.
Yeah. So the trailer came.
It was all over, dude.
Yeah. So I checked
Josh,
the trailer out.
it was all over, dude.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing about that franchise that I liked. You know what I mean? It just turned into like a straight to DVD franchise over the years after the first main film. And now it just seems like I don't know what the hell they're trying to do with this film. It's like they're trying to take it serious, and then it's like you know what I mean? There's too much going on. Like Josh said, it was all over the place. I was not a fan of the trailer, but we will see when the film releases how it actually is. Does it hold up to some of the bad sequels that I love? I don't know. We'll see, but yeah.
I found myself doing the like scrolling to find wait for the trailer to start picking up a little bit because it was pretty boring. So that did not make me want to see it.
And that's the thing, like that franchise, it was just like the cheesiness of it and the kills that just put it all together for me, and I enjoyed it. But this one, it looks like they're trying to take it serious, so I'm not sure.
Boo.
Like new Santa Jaws. Let's take it seriously.
Oh, shit. Seriously? Also, fucking Blumhouse is set to remake The Exorcist. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, finally, we get a good version of The Exorcist.
Oh, finally.
Dude, I've been waiting my whole life.
If there's one movie I thought that they could make better, it was The Exorcist, right? What are they thinking?
Oh, man.
Didn't they just come out with the extended version like 2 years ago or something?
Or like 10 years ago, but yeah.
10 years ago.
I think it was a long time ago, wasn't it? I kind of remember going to the theater to see the extended version, but yeah, this is unneeded. I don't know.
Yeah. These are two fucking stocking stuffers. These are the gifts that you look at and you're just like, on Christmas Day, like, I don't like this. Like, do you know me as a person? Because I do not like these.
I feel like when you go to remake a movie like The Exorcist, you are just asking for people to be highly opinionated against you and to not give you a chance, because it's like what they did with Black Christmas, which we'll talk about later. But, you know, they picked a movie that has this really strong following, and people aren't really wanting to see those movies remade. The originals hold up. So yeah, I don't know. Not pleased with that one.
No. So we kept horror news short this week. So we're just going to cap it off with those two films. And we're going to move into some Christmas specials. Now, the first Christmas special, we have the Creep Show Holiday Special. That was on Shudder. Yeah. Did you guys check that out?
I did. Yep.
What did you think about that? Josh, did you see it?
Well, I had it on, but then my son and I found there was a new Tremors. So we're going to be rocking and rolling with that as soon as we're done. So that's where that got turned off immediately for the Tremors news.
Now, did you like it, Dave?
So yeah, I had a good time with it. I thought it was fun. I actually, so I think there was a couple of things I liked about it. It was definitely like a different take. Like I've never seen anybody like mesh in werewolf or liken mythology into a Santa story. So I thought that was kind of cool. The Santa was absolutely nuts looking and evil, so that was kind of cool. And I thought the actors were actually pretty likable, like the main guy and the main girl in it. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
So it kept me interested. It was, and short too. So it's like, an hour and you're done, or not even an hour.
All right. So that was a positive take on Creepshow holiday special.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Well, I think it just took too long to take off for me. You know what I mean? And it was just too much back and forth of a bunch of bullshit, like how he was kind of lost, not knowing what was going on, and then having bones and shit found in his shit. So it was just too much. And then when the action came and they all morphed into it, it was a good time. And all the Santas came flying in the room. That was cool. But then like the end, like when the girl wanted to make that wish, and then it's like fucking little Yachty comes onto the screen. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why the fuck is little Yachty on this fucking Creepshow special?
People talk about Lil Yachty these days. I feel like I don't even know is he around still?
I don't know.
Person?
Yeah, Josh.
Is that a person? Yeah, he's a rapper, Josh. So, like I said, yeah. So for me, it was okay. It wasn't something like, oh my god, I'll watch again. That's not gonna happen for me.
Oh
so
man,
I'm gonna have to pass on that. But
I was gonna ask you to make a pact with me, Brandon, that we were gonna promise each other we would watch that every Christmas. A Christmas pact.
Oh my god, you could chill with little stash.
Little stash. What?
Oh, that was my daughter's ex-boyfriend. He was a rapper.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Little Stash.
He's from Coventry, isn't he?
Coventry
I don't know where
rapper.
he was from. That's what I named him. He tried to grow a mustache.
Oh, all right.
I was like, yo, little stash, get the fuck out of my
Little
house.
stash.
Get out of my house.
Oh, that's the one that ran
right.
down the street, Brandon.
All right.
You remember that one.
I remember him.
Hey, Brandon. So, let me ask you though, like in all honesty,
Yeah.
this new Creepshow series that's been on Shudder. Are you a fan of it overall?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm not going to lie. When it first came on, you know what I mean? I like what they're doing, and that they're taking, an old film that we all love and then turning it into something that maybe some of these younger kids and the new generation alike, and just doing something positive with it. But overall, I can't really say that I really liked it. Let me see. Probably the episode when the little girl had the dollhouse.
Yeah, that was like the first episode.
Yeah, I thought that was creative. And then Kid Cudi was in an episode with like Big Boy. It was also like a werewolf one, and it was like kind of like the Nazi war. Like those were all right, but other than that, I haven't been in tuned into the whole series.
Yeah,
you?
I agree. I wasn't like super blown away with any of the episodes. There's a couple that like were okay, but overall, so I actually, I found the two specials they've done so far to be a little bit better than their extra episodes, their normal episodes. Yeah. So I think that was kind of, one of the reasons why I enjoyed this was I thought they did a better job than some of the regular episodes. But
yeah, so I'll probably go back and check out some of the other episodes that I missed from the first season.
Yeah,
it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next Christmas special, which was Joe Bob Saves Christmas. That was also on Shudder, and he showed some like really cool movies, So we had Deadly Games and Christmas Evil. Yeah. Now, are you guys big fans of those films?
That was my first time watch for Deadly Games.
Oh, okay.
And I was definitely a fan after watching it.
Yeah.
And Christmas Evil, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, also a fan of that. So that was good.
What about you?
Christmas Evil I liked. I got the DVD somewhere lurking in my collection. It's a classic. And the other one I don't recall. Like it sounds familiar, but I don't remember. It couldn't have been that good if I don't remember it.
It's like Home Alone, Josh. It's like,
I didn't see it, but that's the one I've been waiting to see. What was the name of it?
It's also called Dial Code Santa Claus.
Dial Code Santa Claus.
Or Deadly Games, yeah.
Deadly Games. That's the Home Alone, the horror version that came out a couple years ago, and I never got to see it. So there you go. I've been waiting to see that one, actually.
No. Oh, no, Josh, you're thinking of Better Watch Out.
Film. Yeah.
What?
You're thinking of Better Watch Out.
Oh,
Yeah, this is like an older French film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds familiar then.
Yeah, so
it sounds familiar, so I may or may not have seen it. Why you guys messing with me like that?
Well, for everyone that's tuned in right now, Josh might be a little off today because Chuckles the Clown passed over the coronavirus to our buddy. So, he's still rehabbing right now, so he's out of the tune a little bit. So
You can make up excuses all you want.
That's all right. I got you back.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's why I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I got the coronavirus affected my brain cells.
Yeah, so back to like the Joe Bob special, I was able to watch that with the kids and my girlfriend, and it was a good night, and then I kind of was like able to explain to my kids like how I used to watch Joe Bob on Monster Vision a long time ago with my grandmother when I was a kid, and so it was cool, doing the drive-in totals and everything like that with the kids, and so it was a good time. They had fun. Deadly Games, they liked it. They was just, that was kind of one of their first foreign films, so it was just like, what is going on? But they liked it, with the whole grandpa, like the kid grabbing the grandpa. Let's go, grandpa. What the hell?
I was just waiting for that grandpa to die.
Oh, yeah. But what was it? That your boy, the killer, he looked like fucking Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, he did. He really did. Oh my God, that scene where he's spraying himself with the he's spraying his hair to turn it white. Oh my God, that scene is great. He is crazy.
And then white.
Yeah, he is crazy.
Nah, it was a good movie.
So for sure.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if everybody knows that, how Joe Bob had the QVC style setup for the special. Well, like the numbers came in, a lot of those things were auctioned off on eBay, and he totaled up $44K for charity. So it went to a few places. So that was cool. I was able to see that. That came up on my feed, and I was like, wow. I didn't think it was serious. I didn't think it was really selling that shit.
I looked up, the vinyl he was selling for, I forget what the guy's name is, Anonis or whatever from Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yep.
How that guy had a vinyl record. I looked that up on eBay, and it was selling for over $1,000.
Yeah.
And it said it was from Joe Bob, so that was up there, which is cool.
Yeah, we'd like to thank Joe Bob for donating to Brandon's peripheral vascular disease.
Yeah. That was cool. My girlfriend reached out to Joe Bob, and she kind of let him know, we're big fans and everything like that. And, we also, myself and Dave, are healthcare workers. And so he gave us a shout out for PVD Horror. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty awesome. Does everybody know that I'm your client?
I handle your therapy, and Brandon handles your behavior management. Brandon has to restrain you every now and then.
We're getting paid overtime right now on the podcast. Yeah, so that wraps it up for the Christmas specials.
Awesome. All right, so this is our Christmas episode. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to start breaking down some of our favorite Christmas horror movies. So we were going to do our top 5 in no particular order. But Josh, why don't you start us off with your first pick of your favorite Christmas horror?
All right. First pick, top 5, hands down, Santa's Sleigh.
All right. Brandon, what do you got? What do you got as your first?
I'm gonna roll with Black Christmas, 74.
Nice.
I didn't want to step on your toes and pick your favorite 2019 remake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I don't think any of us put this on our list, but also it wouldn't even be close to the top, but I could make a spot for it somewhere on the bottom of the list of the 06 remake. I do find that one to be fun. It's probably more of a So Bad It's Good, actually, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I'm still allergic to remakes.
Have you seen that one, Josh, the 06 remake?
No, I watched the original, and I refuse to watch anything after that. It's like you said, why make a remake if...
Yeah, no, totally. I get it.
You know what I mean?
All right, so for my first pick, I was going to pick the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night, which obviously a super popular one for this time of the year. You're going to hear, quotes from this movie all the time. Punish, punish. So what stands out to me about this film and why I really enjoy it is like, it just highlights like trauma. So like, it's so in your face. Like this kid just has traumatic experience after traumatic experience. Whether it's, seeing, murder or, the abuse from the nuns. He was in like a convent or something like that. I forget exactly what the school was, but like, this kid just dealt with trauma, and then it kind of like formed into this like rage as he got older. And it's brutal. It's like, there's like no forgiving in this movie. It doesn't hold back at all. And I can totally understand why this was probably so controversial at the time. I have the DVD I have at the end of it. It shows Roger Ebert, Siskel and Ebert reviewing this movie and just talking about how vile it is. But that just kind of like totally makes it better, in my opinion, the fact that they gave it that review. Are you guys fans of this film?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I have not seen it in many a year.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely saw it later in life, but I still had it like, obviously I still had a pretty good appreciation for it. And it's been one of those ones that I take out every year around this time. I usually try to watch it on Christmas Day after I have all like warm and fuzzies with my family. I like to watch something that makes me think of murder. So this is my pick.
Murder family film.
But yeah, so that's my first pick.
That's
All
awesome. Right. I liked it. I like that. It's a good pick.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a good one, Dave. I'll give you props on that.
Thanks, man.
My second pick, what I do, Goldberg, Jewish Santa, and then Gremlins, Santa's Sleigh. We went into that on our last podcast or the podcast before that. And Gremlins, hands down, one of my favorite all-time Christmas movies.
Yeah, for sure. That's a classic film. I think that made all of our lists.
You know what? My kids actually like it. So it's cool that I can... Yeah, they're not big horror fans, so it's cool that I can at least watch something with them.
That's a good point, Josh, because I think as a kid, I watched this over and over and over, and I wanted Gizmo as a pet. I thought Gizmo was real. I'll never forget one Christmas, I got Gizmo, a stuffed animal Gizmo, and I had the biggest temper tantrum because I thought it was going to be a real Gizmo. And that was probably more devastating to me than finding out Santa Claus wasn't real. So yeah, and it's so funny because I never thought of it as horror until like more recently it started to get like brought up in like the conversations about horror movies. But it totally is, because those things are evil.
Yeah, it's a great film. Like I said before, I grew up seeing the sequel first before the original.
Yeah.
And so I was able to go back and watch the original, and I'm like, holy shit, like I definitely like this one better because the second one was just all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Christmas theme that they have with everything rolling with it. Like you said, I also wanted a Gizmo, and I have like a Gizmo now, like one of those fake ones, and I'm looking at him like, fuck you, like how come you're not real? But he's close though.
We all wanted a Mogwai.
I'll take a straight though now.
Yeah.
All right, so moving to my second choice is the 2016 film Better Watch Out. It was a cool film for its time, right after the whole Netflix, was it the Babysitter film? So they both came all around the same time. And so after I was like, oh, that's a cool film, The Babysitter. And then Better Watch Out came out. And so it just kind of had that same feel to it, but this one just was more Christmas themed. And so, this film has a lot of good twists and turns in it. And it just keeps you like thinking like, holy shit, like what's going on? Like all the way until the end. And it's definitely one of those films. I thought Joe Bob would definitely pick it this year for his Christmas special since it was streaming on Shudder, but he didn't. And I'm kind of glad he didn't because I enjoyed the two films that he did play. But what did you guys think about this film? You've seen it before, right?
Yeah. We know that Josh didn't, obviously, from our conversation earlier, but I enjoyed it a lot. I like the twist. Mm-hmm. That kid is, oh my God, I want to beat the shit out of that kid.
Yeah.
The whole movie, just like he has such a punchable face.
Yep.
But that made you like the movie, I feel like, because you want something to turn wrong for him, because it seems like he has so much control in so many different scenes of the movie. So to me, I feel like if a movie can make me hate a character that much, it's, that says something about the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, good pick for sure. And you know what? Like this one, just seeing like how many times I've seen it reposted this year, this is one I feel like where people are going to be talking about each year, like in the theme of this kind of conversation of like yearly Christmas movies everyone breaks out.
Yeah.
So my second pick, this is one that obviously Brandon already mentioned, but also the Black Christmas 74 film. I just find it super creepy. I love the dead person in the attic scene when they like kind of give that reveal. It's definitely a slow burn. So it's funny. We have one of our followers that's been following us for years, Iri Vaughn. She always like makes jokes about how she doesn't like this. And when we asked people's, what was it, Brandon? Worst, like most least liked Christmas horror.
Yep.
And she picked this one, and we got so many messages of people like, what? Like, what is wrong with that? But it's just her opinion. And then we have other followers. Talkative Amber always brings up how much she loves this film. So I mean, I guess those slow burns can kind of go that way, but I really enjoy this film.
That's a good pick, Dave. Way to go.
I did it all by myself.
My third pick was Chainsaw Sally. That came out in 2004. It's a little different than, it's not your typical Christmas movie. It just takes place in Christmas. Chainsaw Sally's parents, her dad, played by none other than Gunnar Hansen, got killed on Christmas. So, fast forward where she's an adult, and that trauma leads her and her brother to be absolutely insane. And she runs out with a chainsaw and starts hacking up people. I highly recommend this film. It's such an underground film, but Gunnar Hansen was all over it. Loved the idea. Wanted to actually put it in the chainsaw kind of family, but it just didn't work out that way to do licensing. Herschel Gordon-Lewis made an appearance in it. The guy that made it was Jimmy Burrell. Awesome guy. Just such a cool underrated movie. Chainsaw Sally, such an awesome character, so out there. The kills are really awesome. The story's great. Obviously, it's got a shoestring budget, but it's such a good film. So I take it you guys haven't seen it.
I saw a poster of it once.
Yeah, me too. It's on my old Netflix queue, like when like DVDs were actually like shipped around. So yeah. It got lost. I think it got lost in the mail.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. But I would highly recommend this one. You guys, I know you guys are into the slasher films, and this one, it's a highly underrated slasher. It's very psychological, but still bloody as fuck, and it's got an awesome lead character. I wish they had done more. Chainsaw Sally, they did I think a underground TV show or something once or something, but I wish they had used this character in more films. So
yeah, I remember you had posted that like a few years ago, and it had got a good turnout. A lot of people loved the film, and I even think the director or the writer had posted a comment to us or like messaged us also. Yep. So
yeah, that was one of our first horror icon throwdowns, I think.
Yeah. I put her up against Marie from High Tension. Obviously, Marie was so popular at that time, and no one knows Chainsaw Sally really. But that's how I ended up talking to that guy Jimmy too on Instagram or something through my Horror Depot page. So that he was really cool and really grateful. So it was kind of cool.
Nice,
cool, man. Josh, great pick, dude.
Are you just saying that, Dave? Because I said
no, man. I can't give you a compliment as well.
All right, so my next choice is Santa's Sleigh. We had talked about that already. That was one of Josh's picks, and we had talked about it on our previous podcast. But yeah, it's definitely a great film. Hallmark horror.
Hallmark horror.
I'm going to stop my own lane and stop making horror movies for Hallmark. You know what I mean? Not the old middle-aged women to watch.
You do Hallmark, I'm gonna do Lifetime movies.
Ah man, what the fuck was Lifetime doing? They had recently just fucking made a Kentucky Fried Chicken short movie. It made fucking Mario Lopez as fucking Colonel Sanders.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is this?
Mario
Terrible.
Lopez, I can't stand that dude.
Was that one of your first creations, Dave?
No. Mario Lopez wouldn't be in any of my movies. I don't like that dude.
Hey, Lifetime been
Annoying.
putting out some good horror movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Rabid Grannies. No, it was Psycho Grandma or something like that.
They also did Stalker's Prey. The second one came out the beginning of this year.
Wait, was
one
that
of
a
the best
woman?
movies. No, that was a crazy guy who killed somebody and took over his identity, and then stalked like a solid 7 on the scale, and tried to get with her and like fed her mom to a shark and all kinds of shit. It's crazy.
Wow.
Did he feed her to Santa Jaws?
Hey, that's coming up later.
All right. Okay. All right. So Brandon, also a good pick, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So my third pick, this is a little bit unconventional, but I picked all Through the House skit from Tales from the Crypt. And in all honesty, I could have put in either the television version from the series or the movie version. So have you guys seen like the version from the movie, from the Tales from the Crypt movie back from I don't know year that came out.
Yeah.
It looks like a 70s, but like that one was awesome. And I also love the television show version as well. I think the television show version of that was with the crazy Santa trying to break into the house after the wife kills her husband. I think the television version Santa was like crazier looking, and it was a little bit more campy.
Yeah.
The old one from the movie, I also really liked. I thought the woman did a good job of just playing kind of like that desperation she's feeling as she's being stalked, and that Santa looked a little bit more like a regular person. But I thought it was also still really effective. But I just love that, like, it's such like a short like story, but it's like, it's action packed, and it's just, you got to love it because this person does this evil deed, and now they're paying for it as this crazy psycho. We have no idea why he's there trying to kill her. It's not really explained. Just is going nuts trying to get at her. But yeah, I love that skit. So like I said, either the television version or the movie version, I just think it's a great one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one.
Sweet.
Nice.
Good old-fashioned Tales from the Crypt, Dave. I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing TV shows too, guys.
Like I said, it could have been like the movie or the TV show, whatever.
Not that I'm a big horror TV show guy, but it was a cool slasher Santa in one of the American Horror Story series.
I know. Oh, that's right. Actually, I forgot about that episode, but that episode was pretty. That was the Asylum one, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, that whole season jumped the shark. There was like 8 million stories at once, but the Santa was fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, that Santa was cool.
He was pretty killer.
That. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings me to my fourth one, right?
Yep.
That would be Jack Frost.
Classic.
Oh, you know what? When Jack Frost first came out, everybody gave it some slack. I remember everybody was like, "Oh, Snowman's so stupid," and of course, I fell in love right away. Right? And you got to think. Oh God, the girl that was in the shower. Wasn't that Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Something, I forgot her name. Oh my God! And
the girl from American Pie.
Yeah, she became super popular after that.
Who won it?
Shannon Elizabeth.
American Pie.
Was it Shannon Elizabeth?
Right.
That's what it was. Yeah, man. So she gets raped by a snowman in the shower, and all of a sudden she's like everywhere.
Was she raped?
Yeah. Jack Frost raped her in the shower.
I think she enjoyed that, Josh. I think we watched not the same.
I don't think we watched the same one.
Yeah, when Tim Allen has sex with her, right?
That was terrible. But what a good movie. Like, killer going awry, gets, chemically treated to become a snowman, and just fucking such a crazy, outlandish movie. The second one was just as good. In fact, the second one went so overboard, I just recently posted it as a so bad it's good, just because of the little snowball babies. So I think the first and the second one really go together, and they should definitely be seen together. So that was my pick.
You actually did it as a slept on, and I was wondering if you meant to do it as a so bad it's good. But either way, I mean, they're enjoyable movies. So it is slept on. I don't think anyone ever talks about the second one. But like the first one always gets mentioned. So I could definitely see it in that realm.
Which is a shame, because the second one, he goes to the tropical island, and like it's a killer snowman on a tropical island. Like, what's better than that? And especially all the little snowball babies start ripping people up. It's fucking insanity.
and no one talks about it enough. Like you hear some underground people always talk about Jack Frost every year, but the second one, in my opinion, was a little more campy and a lot more fun, so to speak, than the first one. So there you go.
All right, so here's a little fact. When that film first came out, I had rented it on Netflix, like when they did the DVDs, and I meant to rent the Jack Frost with Michael Keaton in it. And I got that, and I'm like, oh, hold on, wait, what's this? Like, all right, this is not bad. And I enjoy that film. It was a good pick, Josh. Definitely brought that memory back up. Fucking wrong film, but it's kind of like a wrong turn. But I liked it. Not bad.
Oh, I said Tim Allen, but it was Michael Keaton. Tim Allen was Santa Claus.
You were getting it mixed up with Santa Claus.
Yeah, my bad.
You know what, Dave? I totally glossed over it because it's okay. I don't want to point out your stupidity and your mistakes. So.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Not like you point out my mistakes all the time.
Okay, all right.
Josh got COVID and he's not playing games today.
Wow, all right. Understood, Josh. Understood.
Get me thrown out of the library, mister.
Get me thrown out of my fucking sanctuary, you bitch.
All right.
Oh man,
that was rough, Dave. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so let's jump into my next film, which is Silent Night, the 2012 loosely remake film of Silent Night, Deadly Night. When I first watched that film, when it first came out, I thought it was a cool film. It was something different. It was dark and it had some good kills in it, and so that's always stuck out to me. I know a lot of people probably hate on the film and don't like it, but when it comes to that fucking wood chipper, like how can you go wrong with that kill,
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? Have you seen that film before?
You let me borrow it, or you had burned it for me or something like that. And, it came out around the same time as the My Bloody Valentine remake, I think. And it just kind of reminded me of those movies, the like weird effects that they did back then in like the early 2000s with those films. But I enjoyed it. It was, like you said, it was dark. It was gory.
Mm-hmm.
There's a flamethrower or whatever. Was it Malcolm McDowell's in that, and Jamie King, who was in like every horror movie for a little while. I think that was a fun film, and I don't hear too many people talk about it in general. Never mind like whether they talk bad about it or not. So it's unfortunate. The mask itself is cool.
Yeah, like fucking Santa Claus with a fucking flamethrower. Come on.
Yeah, and black eyes.
Yeah,
it's creepy.
I'm glad you said that. I did a Silent Night, Deadly Night marathon due to Dave's post, so that one was next on the list. But I was like, it's a remake. I don't know if I really want to watch it. So if you guys both endorse it, I guess I'll give it a whirl.
Like Brandon said, loosely based remake, so it's not like anything like the Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original.
I think you would like it, Josh, because it's just like a fucking crazy ass slasher. Santa's out just fucking killing people. Like if you like Santa's sleigh, then I think that you enjoy this film. It's like a darker Santa's sleigh.
If you like Lifetime movies, you like this.
Dave's got a movie for you. Well, isn't that just like Don't Open Till Christmas, where the guy had? Because when I looked at it on Tubi, the mask reminded me of the movie I had just watched with Dave's other suggestion, and that guy had the same Santa mask. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's like a remake of that. So, yeah.
All right. My fourth pick was nothing that we haven't already said before. So my pick was Gremlins. I think we already pretty much captured our thoughts about that. So we can move right on to Josh's fifth pick.
Well, my fifth pick for the Christmas movie would be Santa Jaws, which I went into depth on that in a prior podcast. I think it was like episode 5 or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, it's about a shark who comes to life when the kid writes it, and he's a Santa shark, and the kills are absolutely crazy. So definitely check that out.
Okay,
nice. So just like Dave, my fifth pick was Gremlins, so we don't need to go into that. We already talked about that.
All three of us, huh? Damn.
Yeah, it was on all of our lists. I think that's pretty appropriate considering how much of a classic that is.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll finish off with my last pick, which was the 1980 film Christmas Evil. Brandon, you mentioned how Joe Bob played this the other night.
Yep.
So I'd already seen it before, but I revisited it again after what Joe Bob had played it. And pretty cool fact about that movie, not that it matters at all, but Joe Bob played it into midnight from Friday into Saturday. So when it turned midnight, it was December 12th, which is my birthday, but it was also the actor from Christmas Evil, Brandon, I'm probably going to say his last name wrong. It's like Magart or something like that, but it was also his birthday too, which was pretty cool. And interesting fact about him, he is also Fiona Apple's dad, which we also learned from Joe Bob that night, which was also pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like, the first time I watched it, I don't think I appreciated it as much as the second time around, but it really is like it's like a character development film, like watching this guy who's like starts off as this odd and quirky, just like slowly evolve into what he wants to become, which is Santa Claus. And I love like these little elements of him like watching kids as they're naughty or they're doing nice deeds, and he runs into his home and like starts writing in his book. Oh, it's so funny. Impure thoughts. It's like when he sees a girl like playing with her doll, he goes home and he writes "just a darling." But yeah, it was, I don't know. I just found it super interesting if you like watching character development, and just, the guy is just like super convincing as far as his role of this like oddball, like wannabe Santa Claus creep that ends up taking things too far, clearly. So I loved that film. I really did. And I don't think I realized how much I loved it until I watched it a couple more times, but I definitely would endorse that film and tell people to watch it. I think hearing Roger Waters, not Waters, what's his name? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Watching hearing about his endorsement of that film and how he was able to kind of like give it a second revival was, pretty telling too. Because I think he, him being a big Child's Play fan and stuff like that, I think he has a good eye for like the quirkiness and things. So I think that kind of tells a little bit. But what are you guys' thoughts about this film?
Yeah, it was a great film. Just like the same thing you touched on, like how he just was so adamant on becoming like the killer and doing all the things that he was doing. It was just cool to watch. I haven't watched it in a long time, so like watching it on the Joe Bob, kind of cool. Just like, all right, yeah, I remember this movie, because it was like when I had watched the first time, it was like years ago. So it was kind of good to just replay that film back. Definitely a film that you can add to that Christmas list every year.
Yeah. Has all the Christmas feels to it. I meant to say John Waters too. I said Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, which obviously not the same person. But
that's the thing. It's like, because once you say something, it's like, I know what you're talking about. Then it's just like, hold on, wait a minute.
Wait.
John.
Is that the name?
Twice in the same episode, Dave.
I know.
Jeez.
Actually,
this guy again.
I'm drinking too much spiked eggnog right now, so. Sorry.
We're batting at 1,000.
COVID eggnog.
Yeah. I got this gingerbread Captain Morgan's that I'm putting in my eggnog, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
So no beer suggestions today from me.
So anyway, great film, Dave. I will say this is a slow burn, and you definitely, like you said, have to like the character development and be into psychological films more so than like action. I think it was my brother I sat down with years and years ago and tried to watch it, and he hated it. He could barely get through it. He likes a lot of action horror. And this for me was it was a pretty good one because it does build pretty nicely, and I'm big into story. I also like character development and things like that. I like to see things I haven't seen before. So when he starts really going crazy with the Santa, it was like, what the fuck? So good pick on this one.
Awesome. All right, so that wraps up our favorite films. We wanted to take a few minutes and just cover some of our honorable mentions. So these aren't like movies that we necessarily feel like are great ones. It's just ones we want to like recommend to give a watch, maybe underrated, so bad it's good, or just ones that we want to share some thoughts on. So Josh, you want to start us off on what your first honorable mention was?
Yeah, so this one, not really. It's more sci-fi. old school from 1964. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. It's a pretty unique story. Like, Martians don't have Christmas and stuff, and they come down and kidnap Santa, and a couple of kids jump on the rocket and stuff. And it's, that 1960s race to space kind of feel where everything was, it has to have a rocket. And the Martians were green and hokey and had the big antennas and stuff. And it was, Santa goes up, and through the love of Christmas, all the Martians are like, "You're so great, Santa." And they just send him back, and everybody's happy-go-lucky. It's like a 1960s thing. But it was kind of billed and geared towards, obviously, kids in the 60s. But later on, it became legendary in the horror circle for some reason, mainly because a lot of the horror fans were fans of the 50s and 60s, like sci-fi. And it struck out to me, or it struck out to me. It didn't strike out. It stuck out to me when I first watched it. I really liked it. And guess what they're remaking next year?
Christmas Evil.
Nope.
Santa
Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh. Sorry, I wasn't following you there.
Dave,
yeah, so when you say Santa Claus versus the Martians, like, in my head, I just picture Santa Claus like fighting like the fucking Space Invaders, that 90s movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Like,
yeah,
you did it again, man. You did it again when these films that just stand out and you just kind of scratch your head like, what the hell is this? But hey, we'll have to check it out if they're going to remake it again,
This was, I saw this somewhere recently, and I'm trying to remember where exactly it was, but someone has brought this up, and it is on Tubi.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is on Tubi?
Yep.
No way. I got the DVD. I didn't know it was a thing. Look, I'm getting so excited. I'm going to make my family sit through it. We're all on lockdown. I get off the lockdown on Christmas Eve, but they do not until January 5th.
So you're saying, so long, suckers, as you leave the house.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Mystery Science Theater did it. That's why everybody remembers it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it, like I said, it was one of those, like, when you hear the title and you think of the 60s films, you instantly think Santa Claus is going to Mars and whooping some ass, but that's not really what it was, because he's Santa and he loves everybody.
If you really want to go down a rabbit hole, look at Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and then look at the recommendations after that. And all these different like Santa Claus movies that look from the 60s look absolutely bizarre, but I kind of want to watch them all.
Santa's Christmas Circus?
Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny? Come on. Oh, I got to watch all these. Anyways, all right. Good job, Josh. Thank you very much. I actually am definitely thinking about checking that out, because sounds pretty nuts.
Oh, God.
So, Brandon, what do you got, man?
All right. So, for my honorable mention, I'm going to have to roll with a film that you stole from me that I was going to choose for my fucking streaming Sunday pick. Have to roll with Don't Open Until Christmas, which is a 1984 British slasher. It's definitely a cool movie, you know what I mean? It's like you have this guy just going around fucking killing people that's dressed up as Santa. When you go back and watch it now, it's just like, this dude was not sneaky. Like if I was taking a piss... If I was taking a piss and somebody tried to come fucking slice my dick off with a fucking switchblade, like you would get hurt. Like, you would just fucking like cut his shit off.
He's like, no,
don't do it.
It's like slow motion.
But yeah, it was just like some of the cheesiest kills, but it's just like, it's, hey, like, Santa's got to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can watch that film. It's streaming on it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch that for free, go ahead, check it out.
Yeah, I watched it a couple of years ago when we were doing when I used to do those holiday fear countdowns.
Yep.
So that's how I watched it on YouTube too, and I was kind of like blown away that I hadn't really heard about it before, because like, this is actually entertaining. I really enjoyed it, and it was by the producers of Pieces. So obviously it's a very different film from Pieces, but there's still like elements of like the kill scenes and stuff that I feel like kind of carry over from that. But good pick, Brandon.
So here's a question. What was up with the end of that movie? Like the killer Santa had the girl, right, at the end, and was it the detective gets blown up and that was the end? Like the killer's still out there. Why didn't they make another one?
I wish we could tell you, Josh.
Like no closure on that film. I was very upset. I want to see the fucking Santa get slaughtered.
I heard it's coming out in 2021, buddy.
Yeah, and the girl never got away.
Until Christmas too.
Dun dun dun.
Santa's
I hope they make a remake of that.
Yeah.
No. Don't do it.
All right. My first honorable mention is the Silent Night, Deadly Night series, going from sequel number 2 to 5. So everyone's seen 2. If you haven't seen 2, you've probably at least heard the line "Garbage Day" as he shoots the guy taking out his trash. It's the best thing I've ever seen in a movie. That sequel though is ridiculously like it's I don't even know how that movie got made, because it's essentially part 1. Yeah. Just with clips of him recalling events from part 1 mixed in with a couple of new scenes of like things he does. It's probably like 60% part 1, 40% a new movie. So it's absolutely insane. It reminds me of like the Friday the 13th movies, how they always start with the entry prior, but it's like if they just continue to show the entry prior throughout the whole movie. Absolutely crazy, but he is nuts. He is like so cheesy, but it's like so fun to watch. That sequel, I think, is kind of like stands out on his own. Part 3 is Bill Moseley as the guy from part 2, Ricky, but he looks nothing like him. Like not even close. He now has no top of his head, so his brain is exposed, and he's wearing some kind of like medical thing to like keep his brain covered with like and there's some liquid in there, and he has this like connection to a blind girl, which nothing against anybody who does not have eyesight, but like it's really tough to make a horror movie with a blind person, I find. Like, I just have not seen a good horror movie with someone who's blind. I don't know if you guys can think of one, but like The Hills Have Eyes 2 is probably the worst movie I've ever seen. And the lead character is blind in there and she's getting chased, but there's no tension because she doesn't know where they are. Bird Box. Oh, good call. All right, never mind. I take that back. You go, blind people. So, yeah, part 3, I don't know. I liked it, but it was like, it was the last one that they did that actually connected to the main stories. And then 4 and 5 have nothing to do with the main ones. 4 is about a cult that I don't even know how to explain it. Josh, I made you watch it. So do you have an explanation of what this cult is about or why they exist?
Dave, I was watching this thing and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Through the whole thing.
There's like this crazy bug that comes out that they put in her.
First off, the third one, I gotta say, she revived him with her psychic abilities. And all through the movie, even at the end, her grandmother's like, use your power of light, use your power of light. And then she hits him with a fucking stick. And I'm like, that's your power. Well, I got this magic stick, like not a lightsaber, just a fucking stick. And she hits him, and that's the end. Like, what the fuck? He just got shot, gets up, you hit him with a stick, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Complete waste of my time on that one.
I wouldn't say that, Josh. Come on.
Yeah, well, he looked cool. Like, Bill Moseley looked cool with the weird head, and the killing was cool. But then, like, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, she's blind. She's supposed to have these powers. Where are they? And they totally glossed over it at the end.
There's a few people in that film from Twin Peaks, so anybody that's a fan of Twin Peaks will recognize Leo and one of the owner of the lodge that they stay in. I can't remember the family's name, but he's also in that one. So I don't know what kind of connection there is to Twin Peaks for part 3. So Josh, talk
Brandon,
about part 4.
Did you see part 3?
A while ago.
Do you remember it being good or bad?
I have to run it back. I don't remember it being
If you can't remember it, it wasn't good. What about part 4? Did you see that one?
Part 4. Yeah, I seen part 4.
Dude,
right.
what the fuck was going on through the whole movie? I had no idea.
Dude, it was made just for you.
Yeah. I didn't understand the bugs, but it wasn't the bugs. It was a cult, and then they spontaneously combust. Like what the fuck is happening here? So anyway, Dave.
And then topping it off with part 5, which was my favorite out of the 3 through 5 sequels, the Toy Maker. I thought this one was super funny and entertaining. What is the kid's name, Josh?
Toby?
No.
No.
Pino.
Pino.
Got it.
Right. And you know what that takes off of Pinocchio?
Yeah.
So
all right, so Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, the Toy Maker, my favorite entry from the last 3 of these films. I just found it to be fun. It was funny. Pino was this amazing character who Josh just told me the name is obviously a rip on Pinocchio, which I didn't even think of in the moment. I just kept laughing at his name, Pino.
It's not penis, Dave.
No, I wasn't even thinking that. It's just a funny ass name. But
dude, we're gonna get hate mail from blind people and people named Pino.
So yeah, I don't know. This one was fun. It was campy. Definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna say overall, I don't care what you say, Josh. The whole Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise is worth watching. Don't expect them to be good movies. They're entertaining. They're cheesy. They're fun. Watch them. Josh, what would your overall vote be on that?
Well, part 5 was good. Part 2, I didn't particularly enjoy. Part 3, I didn't particularly enjoy. Part 4, I didn't like at all. But part 5, I love the toys. I love the killer toys. I thoroughly enjoyed that because I used to try to make my toys kill people. Make pretend, obviously, I wasn't skilled enough to make them. And then the end was just super campy, but very funny with Mr. Pino. So I like this one. I thought it was highly entertaining. So part 5 was probably the best of all the sequels.
Nice.
Now that's the one that had Mickey Rooney, right? And Clint Howard.
Yeah, so Clint Howard was in both of 4 and 5.
Yeah.
He had a bigger role in 4, but he has a little appearance in 5. And then Mickey Rooney plays the Toy Maker. And then he dresses as Santa in the end, but it's actually Pino. Oh,
I will say I did not understand the guy stalking the family for a while. And then it turns out like he's the dad, and I was like, what the hell? Where did this come from?
Still made very little sense. I'm going to be honest with you. He's playing Santa, and he has this weird moment with the mom and son where he won't let the boy off his lap, and they can't recognize him, and it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. I was like, what the fuck?
She saw him in the toy store in the beginning of the film.
Right? But and then later on, she's like, oh, I didn't. We're
going to do a whole episode about part 5. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to this.
We will not do that.
Yeah. All right, Josh, go ahead, man.
Oh, so that takes me to my next honorable mention was Red Christmas. And this is the 2014 one, not the 2016 with Dee Wallace. This one we covered with Steve Rosinski, who made Carousel in the last episode. I highly recommend you listen to that. He actually didn't like this one, but I did. It's a found footage film, but it's not shaky. I hate shaky found footage films. I hate the fake static and I got this brand new camcorder, but it keeps shorting out and making static noises. Like, I hate that. This one didn't have that. The psychology behind the main character, was absolutely amazing. I think Steve Rosinski did a really good job, as well as the lady who played the character of Tara. What was her name? Amy Wren. I think it was. I just looked it up real quick. It was really awesome because she took a twist at the end, and it was just really messed up. Great psychology in the film. So definitely check out the interview for more on that. Highly recommended. So
nice.
You guys didn't see it, did you?
Nope.
No.
I
It
apologize
is
to you and Steve
streaming
Rosinski.
somewhere.
Now is that streaming on his service that he was promoting on our podcast?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I actually have that. If you guys want to log in, there's a lot of good stuff there. Not that you guys are as big fans as I am, but I'll definitely shoot the login information. It's such a cool site. For those of you that don't know, Steve Rosinski has an OnlyFans. Check the link in the last podcast for that. It's like $15 for like 6 months, or I forget the other pricing he did, but he's got every movie he's ever made, plus all his bonus material up there, and tons more stuff. So it's very good. There's a lot of good stuff there.
Nice. All right, so I'll start off with my last pick. I'm going to roll with the 2015 film Krampus. So like we talked about it before, I watched it, really didn't care for it. So a lot of our followers, they say, hey, give it another shot, check it out. I think that you'll like it. Like we talked about before, Dave, there's a lot of movies that we kind of go back and watch again, and then we kind of end up liking. So I think for this Christmas, I'll watch it with the kids and kind of get back to everybody and let all our followers and everybody that listens to us know what I think about this film, because right now it's still kind of like right there that I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan. But I know that you've seen it before, right? And you liked it. You like it.
I have one request for you, Brandon.
What's up?
This Christmas, I want you to give it a shot, dude.
This Christmas.
Give it a shot. So, I definitely think you should, because watching it the second time, it gave me a perspective on it that I didn't have the first time. I also did not enjoy it the first time. I was like, what is this garbage?
Mm-hmm.
But then I watched it again. I watched it a little bit lighter, kind of thinking of it more as like a horror comedy, and it was better to me that way, and I enjoyed it. And I've watched it like at least 2 or 3 more times since then now. But yeah, no, I definitely think you should give it a shot. I think if you don't like it after a second time, then obviously it's just not for you. But
funny. Oh, wait a minute, Brandon. All right for you to sing on this podcast, but not me.
I think better than you.
Yeah, Brandon, you don't really know what you're missing. Look at this from a comedy point of view, and it's hysterical, dude, with the gingerbread and the toys and stuff. I mean, if you look at it from that aspect, it's highly entertaining.
Like when they market it, like when it first came out, it seemed more like a serious film,
That's exactly why. I remember like when me and you, like we saw it separately, but I remember us talking about it, and the trailer was misleading because they didn't know how they wanted to present this movie. No. And I think that was the problem. It's like, after watching it and knowing what it's about, then I can, not like expect it to be a serious movie or think of it as like something that's going to be scary. It's a horror comedy, just like all the other Krampus movies that Josh loves.
Oh, you know what? I was having a Krampus marathon today, actually. Went through Krampus. I didn't watch first Krampus. I watched Krampus 2, then Krampus Unleashed. And the thing with this movie is the Krampus himself was the serious part. Like when Krampus was there, it was badass, very serious. But then the rest of it with the toys and everything else was the campy shit. So I could see where they wanted to make it serious with Krampus, but they should have, I think the toys and stuff were the lighter undertone to make way for the big heavy Krampus, Yeah. So I think I know what they were going for, but you can't just flip the switch to take it seriously. So,
yeah.
You know what I would like to see, like created, like something being made? Like, why not have like a demonic toys and like Puppet Master Christmas movie?
Oh, that would be awesome. You know what? We forgot demonic toys. How come that's not on this list?
Not a Christmas movie, buddy.
What?
Not Christmas. It's just a drug deal going bad. That movie was. But
what was the one I'm
movie? I love that movie.
Wasn't there Demonic Toys versus Doll Man? Was that the Christmas?
Yep.
One of them takes place at Christmas. I don't fucking know which one. Maybe it was Puppet Master. Who knows?
Elf.
Oh, elves. Ooh. Is that one of your choices, Dave?
So actually, no. But yeah, that is my choice. But I was actually referring to like a newer, what's that horror line? Uncorked? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that movie, Josh? Elf, and then they have Elves, the sequel.
Well, I watched Elves today, multiple. Streaming somewhere. I forget what.
You're talking about like the newer movie, not the one that I was gonna talk about from the 80s,
the
right?
newer movie.
Yeah.
I know there is a killer elf movie just called Elf, and then there's like a sequel to that.
Yeah.
Then there's Elves, where the elves like take over people. That's the one I watched today.
All right. So my last pick was Elves. This is a 1989 movie. Stars Dan Haggerty, who's got a face that's definitely recognizable when you see him. This movie is it's bonkers. There's like Nazi themes in here, and it's just, I don't know, it just really is odd, and they are like disgusting looking. But it's definitely campy and enjoyable. I think if you like 80s movies, you're looking for something a holiday theme, this is one to check out. They have the world's creepiest line from a little brother in a film. Either of you guys seen this and know what the line is?
No, I've not seen this.
Oh my
movie
God.
yet.
I feel bad for this kid as he got older, and he had to like live with the fact that his friends probably have seen this movie, but he's like spying on the girl who's supposed to be his sister. His older sister, he's spying on her while she's in the shower, and she chases him and says, "What are you doing?" He says, "You got," I forget how he starts, but he goes, "You got big old titties," or something like that.
Yeah, I seen this. I seen this.
I think I recorded it when I watched it. I like screen recorded it and sent it to you guys last year or something like that, because he goes, "You have big fucking tits," or something, and
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
tell everybody.
I'm gonna tell everybody. Oh my God, that poor kid had to like live with that line being his line in the movie later. He is a total creep. And what were they thinking putting that in the movie? I have no idea. But that line just like shows you how ridiculous this movie is. But it's fun. So I definitely would recommend to people to check this out.
Is that streaming anywhere?
Yes, it is on YouTube.
Ooh.
Not super great quality. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but
Dan Fogarty's in that, right?
Yep.
He got the best beard.
Yeah, he does have a sweet beard.
Not as nice as mine.
Sure.
Sorry, Mr. Fogarty.
If you say so, Josh. Your beard's infested with COVID-19 right now.
Dude, I will tell you one thing. I've been having movie marathons. Every time I get up and do something, I got to lay down for 2 hours. So, and I've watched so many fucking movies because I can't do anything else.
Man, that sucks. Like we talk in our group chat. Like Josh has been going through having COVID. I've gotten the COVID vaccine from my job because I'm a healthcare worker, and it took a wrong turn for me the last few days, and then it just made me feel like I had it. So I had let Josh know. I'm like, look, you're the real Jason, COVID Jason. I'm the fake Jason. Roivid had Roivid-19. So you're the winner.
You won, Josh. You got the virus. I've been chilling at home. I only leave to take the kids to and from school because both kids go 45 minutes away in opposite directions. So I never leave the house except to go to grocery, and I got a mask on. There's no one in the grocery. The one time I hang out with my brother, we went to get coffee, took my mask off, and I got the Rovid. Man, it sucks, but
I told you,
I'm
Josh,
blessed.
You're not supposed to drink out of the same cup as your brother when you guys go for coffee.
See what happens?
Weird.
That douchebag.
Supposed to get 2 coffees.
He called me up, and he was like, he felt so bad. Man, I felt bad for him because he was like, I didn't mean to get you sick. And I'm like, because he doesn't go anywhere either, and I was like, whatever, dude. And I'm blessed.
No more.
Yeah. No, not a problem, man. Just cut you out of the will. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't come to my house no more.
But, I'm lucky that I'm young enough and healthy enough to fight it. I did get it pretty bad. Everyone's different. For me, it's just I can't, I can do something. Like I went out and shoveled because my wife's arm hurt and cleaned off 2 cars, shoveled them out. And, dude, I was done for the day. That was it, I was outside for maybe an hour. I didn't even finish shoveling. I just went where the tires were, and I had to go back in. Couldn't finish the rest. So it's very humbling. Luckily for me,
thank God, there are tons of people dying. So I'm very blessed that I'm not that bad, So
yeah, for sure. Another effect it had on you, Josh, is it made you no longer appreciate So Bad It's Good movies because you didn't like Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 through 5. So clearly it's ruined your taste of movies.
Changing.
I recommended these with like the intention of like Josh is going to love these, and then you shat on them for 3 days. So
well, you got the So Bad, but you're missing the good part. So
wow. Wow.
Hey, part 5 was good.
Josh has been lighting your ass up tonight.
I know, dude. I was gonna, and I've held back tonight.
I'm getting feisty.
Sick. This motherfucker's sick. I'm gonna let it fly tonight.
I was trying to show some empathy towards him. When he was talking about his symptoms, I was also going to say that it's weird how I didn't know that erectile dysfunction was also caused by COVID-19. But I didn't say that because I was like, I'm taking it easy on him tonight.
Shut up. I had it before that. My dick has been working for years.
It's all right, man. Josh, I'm glad you could have this, this moment to like, kind of feel good about yourself and trash me while you're at it. So thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Happy holidays to you.
You guys got the text, right? Do you know the unanimous? So I sent that text to a bunch of people. The porn name, what would my porn name be? And unanimously.
We're back to this again. He is better. Oh, God.
Unanimously, it was a tie between Thumbs McGee, I think it was, Vanilla Light Switch was the other one.
Oh, God.
So, Vanilla Light Switch going to be my adult film name. Watch out, world.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Well,
nothing, huh?
Josh, I guess we're just going to trash this episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the PVD Horror COVID Christmas special.
COVID Christmas, yes.
No.
So, all right, let me just ask you guys before we wrap up, just take 2 seconds. Are there any other Christmas horror films that you guys would recommend people check out? Because obviously a lot of them we've covered today, people already knew about. Go ahead.
Scrooge with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
That definitely seemed like a horror film for me growing up.
I actually just recorded it because it was on the other night. I didn't watch it yet, but I was just talking about how I never actually finished it because I actually was kind of scared of it as a kid.
Yeah, man.
What about Die Hard?
Okay. No one's ever heard of Die Hard, so great recommendation, Josh. Clearly didn't get the premise here, what I was going for, but all right.
A Christmas Carol.
Dude, there was a bunch of them, like Santa Claus, like Claus. That one was a good one. That was underground film from way back with some horror scream queens, underground scream queens back in the 90s. That one was pretty good. You can't go wrong with Ginger Dead Man. Gary Busey is the fucking man. I don't care what anybody says. There was, there's so many good ones. Man, now I'm drawing a blank. I had so many on my mind. Okay. So there's a couple that were pretty good. Then there's, of course, this year, Krampus versus the Vikings came out, or Pagan Warrior, I think it was. That one was interesting, to say the least. Not exactly the best film, but Krampus looked cool and did some pretty good killing. So I'd recommend that one.
Okay. Brandon?
I'm all fresh out of Christmas specials.
All right. Yeah, I just had a couple more that I want to mention. Oh, I thought you said how about?
No, I said bah humbug.
I just wanted to throw out. So there's the one called Sleigh Bells that's definitely streaming. It's kind of like these 3 girls go urban exploring on this Christmas amusement park, and then shit goes wrong or things happen. So it's interesting to watch. It's kind of like a B movie. Same with All Through the House. This one is super gory. Have you guys seen All Through the House?
I seen pieces of it.
All right. Yeah. Super good kills. I'm not talking about the Tales from the Crypt thing. It's an actual movie. I think it's on Prime. Check it out. It's got some messed up kills in it. So I just wanted to kind of throw those 2 out. Also, we didn't mention Rare Exports, and there's a movie called Sint, or AKA Saint. It's another foreign Christmas horror. I watched that a long time ago. I remember appreciating that one. And Bloodbeat is another off the walls one that you guys all should check out. So those are just a few I want to mention, but yeah, this has been fun. Brandon and Josh, thank you guys for entertaining me, because I had the idea of the Christmas horror, and I was glad that you guys were up for this challenge of making an episode out of this. So thank you.
Yeah, man. There's a couple of Bill Zerbub ones that he did Christmas related. Oh man, one of them was Santa Claus Horror Story, and then Santa Claus Serial Rapist. Some fine films to keep an eye out for.
Okay. Right. So
I can tell you guys are big fans.
yeah, totally.
I'm still waiting for the prequel to Dick Shark. Is that a shark in your pants? Oh man. All right,
guys. So I guess that's it for us. Hope you guys all have a great holiday, and hope you enjoyed our attempt at a Christmas special. So this is Dave.
This is Joshua.
And this is Brandon. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and stay 6 feet away from everyone, and make sure you wear a fucking mask.
Wash your hands.
Wash
Don't
your
forget to say
ass.
happy holidays. It's the season, guys.
Happy holidays, guys.
Holidays.
Wash your hands.
In your ass.
And that, yeah.
Merry
You're all getting
Christmas,
COVID for Christmas.
Peace.
Bye.
It's history.
Sounds good.
I did some rambling there. You might have to edit some of that out. I'm sorry.
Josh, you fell asleep a few times. Did you know that?
Probably.